Irony punctuation is any proposed form of notation used to denote irony or sarcasm in text. Written English lacks a standard way to mark irony, and several forms of punctuation have been proposed. Among the oldest and most frequently attested are the percontation point proposed by English printer Henry Denham in the 1580s, and the irony mark, used by Marcellin Jobard and French poet Alcanter de Brahm during the 19th century. Both marks take the form of a reversed question mark, a registered trademark. Irony punctuation is primarily used to indicate that a sentence should be understood at a second level. A bracketed exclamation point or question mark as well as scare quotes are also sometimes used to express irony or sarcasm. Percontation point. The modern question mark is descended from the punctus interrogativus, but unlike the modern question mark, the punctus interrogativus may be contrasted with the punctus percontativus, the former marking questions that require an answer while the latter marks rhetorical questions. The percontation point, a reversed question mark later referred to as a rhetorical question mark, was proposed by Henry Denham in the 1580s and was used at the end of a question that does not require an answer, a rhetorical question. Its use died out in the 17th century. This character can be represented using the reversed question mark found in Unicode as U+2E2E. Another character approximating it is the Arabic question mark, U+061F. Irony mark. In 1688, John Wilkins in his famous essay Towards a Real Character and a Philosophical Language proposed using an inverted exclamation mark to punctuate ironic statements. Marcellin Jobard, a Belgian newspaper publisher, introduced an irony mark in the shape of an oversized arrowhead with small stem in 1841. The next year he expanded his idea, suggesting the symbol could be used in various orientations too, as a point of irritation, an indignation point, a point of hesitation. The irony point was proposed by the French poet Alcanter de Brahm in his 1899 book Lost in Soi des Ironies to indicate that a sentence should be understood at a second level. It is illustrated by a glyph resembling but not identical to a small, elevated, backward-facing question mark. The same mark was used earlier by Marcellin Jobard in an article dated June 11, 1841, and commented in an 1842 report. Hervé copyright Barzine in his 1966 essay Plumans la unregistered trademark oizo, used the Greek letter psi with a dot below for the same purpose. In the same work, the author proposed 5 other innovative punctuation marks: the doubt point, certitude point, acclamation point, authority point, and love point. In March 2007, the Dutch foundation CPNB presented another design of an irony mark. Reverse italics. Tom Dryburgh recommended that ironic statements should be printed in italics that lean the other way to conventional italics. Scare quotes. Scare quotes are a particular use of quotation marks. They are placed around a word or phrase to indicate that it is not used in the fashion that the writer would personally use it. In contrast to the nominal typographic purpose of quotation marks, the enclosed words are not necessarily quoted from another source. When read aloud, various techniques are used to convey the sense, such as prepending the addition of so-called, or a similar word or phrase of disdain, using a sarcastic or mocking tone, or using air quotes, or any combination of the above. Template/registered trademark. In certain Ethiopic languages, sarcasm and unreal phrases are indicated at the end of a sentence with a sarcasm mark called template/registered trademark or template/, a character that looks like the inverted exclamation point. Other typography, rhetorical questions in some informal situations can use a bracketed question mark, for example. Oh, really? The equivalent for an ironic or sarcastic statement would be a bracketed exclamation mark, for example. Oh, really? Subtitles, such as IntelliText, sometimes use an exclamation mark within brackets or parentheses to mark sarcasm. The question mark, particularly when between parentheses, can also be used as a meter sign to signal uncertainty regarding the preceding text. The uncertainty may concern either a superficial aspect of the text or a deeper level of meaning. it is common in online conversation among computer specialists to use a pseudo-HTML element, /sarcasm. The tag is often written only after the sarcasm so as to momentarily trick the reader before admitting the joke. Similarly, and common in social news-based sites, is a single /s placed at the end of a comment to indicate a sarcastic tone for the preceding text. Rolling eyes and P emoticons are often used as well, particularly in instant messaging, while a Twitter-style hashtag, sarcasm, is also gaining currency. On Facebook, after the implementation of image comments, it is also quite common to use a picture of popular sitcom The Big Bang Theory's Leonard Hofstadter looking upset and holding steady a sheet of paper with the word sarcasm written on it. On Twitch TV, users often use emotes to denote sarcastic messages, typically the emote Kappa, made after former Justin TV employee John Kappa, which depicts his face with a smug look. A sarc mark symbol requiring custom computer font software was proposed in 2010. The popular sports blog, Card Chronicle, has a standardized means to show the preceding text is intended sarcastically, the use of a tilde after the period. See also, emoticon, inverted question in exclamation marks, mirrored question mark, external links, ironic serif, a brief history of typographic snark and the failed crusade for an irony mark, references.